Hi, this is Mimi from Mimi's Paper Crafting, and today's video we are making a new journal for my boyfriend. You will see in an upcoming Christmas in July video that I filmed yesterday that I mentioned I had actually picked out, let me show you, hold on. Okay, I had to move my desk to reach it. He had actually picked out a little golden book that he really wanted a journal made out of, and then he found this fabric. It was this little golden book, the Jaws Big Shark Little Boat, the Book of Opposites, which is funny, by the way, because at the end of the book the shark just goes home. He just goes home, and my boyfriend loves that about this book. It's such a cute book. Also ignore the fact that I don't have a pinky nail. I did something to my pinky nail and it hurts so bad, so I took the nail off. It is so tender and it hurts so bad, so I ended up taking the nail off. So it's going to be, in some videos it's going to be there, in some videos it's not. Sorry. So just ignore it. I'm sorry. It looks horrible, but it hurts. I don't know what I did to it. I don't know what I did to it. It's so tender. I don't know what I did. It really hurts. But the rest of the nails look really good. Really good, but that one just hurt so bad. Anyway, so then my boyfriend found this Steelers fabric. He's a huge Steelers fan, on clearance at Joann, and he's like obsessed with this fabric because it actually has the stadium on it. He's like, you never see like the stadium or anything on it. Usually it just says Steelers. I'm like, whatever. I don't care. Just, if you want it, get it. I don't care. So when I went to go make him his new journal, because yes, he also uses a journal. I got him to start journaling. I said, it's good for your mental health. If you're out there and you're wondering, like, yes, journaling is so good for your mental health. It doesn't matter if you just write a line a day, and if you write, my life sucks every day, or write something good that happens every day. It's good to get those feelings out, especially if you're somebody who doesn't like to talk about your feelings to other people. Write it down. Anyway, moving on. We are making him, he decided then, since it's getting to be fall, yeah, it's July, but guess what? Football season starts soon, that he would rather have Steelers now and the Jaws for his next journal, because then it'll be, by the time he needs another journal, it'll be coming up to summer. So we're going to use this fabric for the outside. We are going to use this plain gray flannel I had in my stash. We're going to be using 28-pound plain white Astro Brights. This is the only printer paper I use. I use 28-pound exclusively for everything. Printing, tea dyeing, everything. I use 28-pound. And I am also going to be, I can't reach it, it fell on the floor. I'm going to be quilting. So I have some quilt batting that I found in my closet the other day when I was cleaning out my closet. So that's what we're going to be doing today in this video, and we're going to be making him a sewn signature journal because that's what he likes. Good on him. It's not what I prefer. So let's get started. I'm going to figure out a good size for him. He's not like, the last one I made him also happened to be a football journal. It was a Florida Gators journal. Fun fact. I just realized that. So we're going to find a good size for him. I'm going to quilt and sew off camera the cover because I don't have room to sew on my table. And my camera keeps moving. What is going on? I got a new webcam for Prime Day, and it came, and it stank. But I put it in to test it out, and now my camera will not stop moving. Like, literally, I replaced it with my old camera, and now my camera won't stop moving, and it's very frustrating and annoying. And I have a bunch of videos to film, and I promised myself, you guys don't care, but I promised myself if I filmed all of my videos, and I haven't filmed a TikTok or a short in like weeks. I have not uploaded a film TikTok or short in weeks. And I promised myself if I did that, I would allow myself 3-day break from filming. And my camera is giving me nothing but problems. Okay, so let's figure out a good size for them. What do you guys think? Let's put it this way. What do you guys think? What do you think a good size would be? What's a good size? I mean, this is good fabric. It was on the clearance rack, and then it was 70% off. Like, the non-marked down. And you guys, if like, you ever buy fabric, you know that NFL, like, that kind of fabric is so expensive. It was like $15 a yard, but we got it for $3. It was $3. It was $3. I'm thinking, I don't know. Like, I think, let's go over to this side and see. What do you think? I think 5 inches. What do you think? 5 inch. Maybe 6. We'll do 6 inch. 6 inch, I think, is a good size. So let's cut 5 inch. I said 6. Let's do a square. Let's do 6 by 6. What do you think? So we'll do 6 by 6. So we will fold this up and find the 6. The dogs, man. Somebody must be here. And let me tell you, I can never just, I'm telling you, I can never just film. It's a Saturday. My kid's awake. I hear him mumbling in his room. He's off today from work, and I can hear him mumbling in his room. My dad went to Lowe's on a Saturday. For what? I don't know. He's like, do you need anything? I'm like, what the hell do I need from Lowe's? And now he's going to be loud. Excuse me, because he's a... Hold on. Okay, so I was paused a lot longer than I thought because I didn't think you guys wanted to hear my dog chewing on a busy bone because it was very loud. But I cut it to 13, so I cut it to 6.5 when I cut it because it was folded over by 7.5 because then I realized I don't think I really wanted it. I didn't think I wanted it to be square after all. And it's kind of like a little bit, I may have to, that's why I cut it to 6.5 instead of 6 to make sure I could, once it is sewn, I will get out my, because I do have a quilting ruler and why can't I, a rotary cutter. I'm like, why can't I think what it's called? Rotary cutter. So I will get those out and then I will square it up really nice. So, because I just tore it. So there we go. So this is what size it's going to be. Obviously folded in half. I think this is a good size for them. Nice. Yep. And then the batting, which once again fell. So we'll cut some batting to match, and then I'm going to quilt it. But before we do that, let us figure out how many pages would we need. He's not like me. He doesn't use 2 pages a day to journal. He just journals like till he fills up a page. So he could have like 10 days on 1 page. So we would just need to then figure out how many pages we need. It is really nice Steelers fabric. And the funny thing is, the amount of times that I have went into Joann and looked at this fabric, I've never seen it. Never seen it in Joann. So weird. Okay, so I am going to quilt this off screen. Let's cut the batting, I guess. I hate using batting. First of all, it doesn't feel good. Like, it doesn't feel nice. It really doesn't. I hate it. I don't know how quilters quilt. Real talk here. If you're a quilter, how do you do it? Because batting doesn't feel nice to me. Not a fan of the batting. But we're gonna, we want it to feel nice for the boyfriend, huh? we want it to feel nice for the boyfriend. So we're just going to cut a piece of the batting. Like I said, everything's going to get squared up and done nice after I quilt. And I am not a quilter. I don't even know why I have batting. No lie, I have no idea why I have batting. I couldn't tell you why this was even in my closet. No idea. Not even a joke. I have no idea why this was in my closet. And it's used. I don't know. I already said I don't know, Samson. Dog's giving me an attitude. Said I didn't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what project I could have done that I needed batting. I don't like it. Did I make a quilt? I don't know why I would have made a quilt. I don't know. This dog, man. He's getting a little too big for his britches. Getting a little too big for his britches, this puppy. So put this away. And we have the batting. So I have a nice floofy cover. It's floofy. I mean, there is something about a quilt, though, isn't there? I love a good quilt. I wish I could quilt, but because it's so soft. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't remember. Okay, I am going to stop this video. I'm going to do my best to make some kind of cover for this. We'll see how this turns out. You may never see this video. I don't know, but I'll be back. If I'm back, it worked out okay. All right, I'm back, and yeah. So, how I ended up doing it was I sewed it like you would wrong sides, right sides together. Okay? Listen, I'm not a quilter. Don't come at me, okay? I'm not a quilter. Please don't come at me. What happened with my camera? I am telling you. I'm so annoyed. I'm so sorry. I think I knocked it with my sewing machine. That was probably my fault. So I sewed it right sides together, flipped it inside out, and then shoved the batting inside, closed the end, and then just, yeah, I didn't do the best job quilting. I'm not a quilter. Get off me. Sorry, I'm not. And I never will be. Quilting does not interest me. That's why I don't understand why I had batting. But it came out fine for me. It's my boyfriend's not going to critique it. He loves me no matter what. He's not going to critique it. He's just going to be happy he has a journal. So I measured it, and fun times here. Let me grab the paper. I need to cut it to 6 1/4, I believe. I just measured it and I already forgot. Yeah, 6 1/4. 6 1/4 by 11. So we're just going to cut a bunch of pages. 6 1/4 by 11, and we're going to sew them in, and it will it's part of my voice. While I was sewing, my son made breakfast. So I needed some kind of fuel to get me through the day till dinner time. I promised my son tacos for dinner. I promised him tacos if he would bring himself food home from work yesterday. So he did that. So now I'm making tacos for dinner. And I don't have time to really stop and have lunch today. So yeah. So he was making himself breakfast, and I was like, while you're making breakfast, can you make me breakfast? But then he got mad because I'm like, you gotta make me my special toast, my special bread. Which he's like, you're a special bread. I'm like, yeah, I have keto bread. Get over it. And then a few more pieces, and that should be good. That should be good for him. That should take them to, for a good amount. We'll count how many that'll be. How many will that be? Oh yeah, that's a good amount for him. Okay, I can put that away. And then I will sew the signature in, and we'll call that a journal. We'll call that a journal, and then I can clean up everything that's next to me. You don't even want to know what's next to me right now. There's a bag of batting that I never put away. Now, I do like to fold my papers individually before I put them in a signature so they fold a little bit better. It's going to be a one signature. And then I think I do. I don't know why I'm saying I think. I know I have elastic. So I'll put elastic on the outside for a closure. But it's white. I wish I had yellow, but I don't. I also wish I had thin yellow paper, but I don't. Which would have been good, but I don't. And I'm not going to go dye this paper. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I would like a break. And I've already decided, like, I could take a longer break. I really could. I could take a week-long break if I was a good girl and got all of my stuff done. If I got all of my stuff done till, like, that means getting my August journal done and getting, ooh, that was crooked, and getting, getting my August journal done and getting my journal with me's, like finishing and decorating the first week of August and decorating the last week of July in my journal. I could take like a good amount of time off from recording videos. And the only thing I would have to do would be edit and upload. And then maybe then I could film some TikToks. Maybe then I could film some TikToks. Because Christmas in July has really been, and then I had a lot of commissions. And I actually have another commission I have to do. I have to make another Dachshund journal. So I have that I have to do. But like if I could take a good break. Okay, so now we're gonna put all of these together now that they're put all these together, and we're going to sew them in, and then I'm also going to look for, I don't know where that would be. I think it would be in with my fabric, my elastic. I'm just rambling to myself at this point. I'm very sorry. I tend to think out loud. I think that comes from being a stay-at-home mom for so long. I was a stay-at-home mom when my son was young for so long, so I was by myself. It was just me and our dog at the time. We had a black lab named T-Rex. So when my son was in school, it was just me and the dog for the longest time. So I talked to the dog all the time. So I tend to ramble out loud. I think it stems from that. And Mother Humper, I cut those too big, didn't I? I did. Darn it. So you know what that means. That means I have to get out my guillotine and trim them. Why wouldn't I have cut them too big? But that's okay, I have a guillotine. So we're just gonna guillotine them. That's what I have a guillotine for. Oh, and it wasn't locked. It wasn't locked. So we're going to pull out half this signature. Okay, and we're just going to cut to 5 1/4. Ugh. Okay, that may have tested my muscle strength capabilities there. Whew. That was a lot Sorry for the grunt, but man. Jeez Louise. I may have to do 2 signatures. I didn't want to, but I may have to. I may have to. Okay, I think I may have to do 2 signatures. We're gonna figure it out. We are gonna figure it out. Okay, there we go. We're just going to do 2 signatures. Put this aside. We'll lock my guillotine this time. And let me grab my stuff to do the signatures. Because of course I didn't grab that. I'll be right back. I only wanted to do 1 signature, so off camera I cut the paper with the guillotine. So you wouldn't have to hear me grunt again. Now we just got to figure out where our holes are going to go. Which is absolutely not the fun part for me. I'm going to take out my clips and my awl, and we need needle, and we use the white. We use the gray thread here. Use the gray thread, and I do have. This is a big spool of elastic, if I could ever think of what that's called. Okay. They also itch. Let's take all these off. We are going to line up our signature as best as we can. We're going to line it up as best as we can. I honestly hate sewing in signatures. Am I the only one? I prefer, because I don't prefer a sewn signature. I really prefer I'm sorry if you heard that. My kid's just yelling at his cat. Yay. I swear. The cat's no longer a kitten. I mean, he's crazy. The cat is crazy. Yesterday I had the dog out to go to the bathroom and I hear a clunk noise and I look up and the cat had jumped in the window and was just, if I tell you, tired. I'm about at the point where I don't find it funny anymore when my kid yells at video games. He's 20 years old. It's time to grow up. And I keep telling him, like, there are other people that live in this house. We don't want to hear you screaming. It is 11 o'clock in the morning. It is time to grow up. Oh, and the excuse of, I don't know I'm being loud, is getting a little old. You know you're being loud. You don't care. You don't have the respect to care that you're being loud. And it's getting really freaking old. Okay, so there we go. So I just turned off the camera. I paused the camera and I texted him a very rude text. And when he got the text, before he realized it was Mommy, who's in the next room and can hear his response to said text, he said some rude things. And then once he realized it was Mommy, he shut his pie hole real quick. So, I really don't care where. Oh my gosh. If they're like even, I'm just estimating here. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. They're all going in the same. They're all the same size papers, so it doesn't really matter to me. If it mattered, I'd make a template. Doesn't really matter. What I should be doing though, before I do this, is figuring out the elastic situation. Give me a minute. Let me figure it out. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is tie it and tack it down to the inside back when I'm done sewing in the signature. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm the believer of taking the 3 times the length of the book to sew in the signature. I don't know why. I do it with 3-hole pamphlet stitch. That's what I always do. My kid's being very quiet right now, by the way. Very quiet. I shouldn't laugh, but he really ticked me off. Really ticked me off. Like, it's time. It's time you're 20. Grow up. We don't want to hear you. We don't want to hear you. And I said to him, I said, what happens when you move out and you live in an apartment? Well, then I'd be quiet. I'm like, then pretend you're in an apartment. Because we don't want to hear you. We don't want to hear you. You've had the luxury of your whole life of living in a home. Like, you've had that luxury. We don't want to hear you. And it's all hours. He'll stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning and have to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning to go to work. Like, great. I'm glad that you can do that. Okay, don't split your thread. Sometimes it happens. Try not to, because it kind of stinks when you do. Okay, and then pull tight and knot. Yeah, I tell him all the time, I'm like, you gotta keep it down. We don't want to hear you. Like, you want to know why your cat's a maniac? Because he's stuck in that room with you because Sammy was here first, and Sammy hates the cat. Sammy hates the cat. I don't know why, but Sammy hates the cat. There we go. Sammy hates the cat. Sammy was here first. And Sammy has run of the house. Sammy hates the cat. I don't know. If you have any ways to get the dachshund to like the cat, I'm all for it. We've tried everything. Okay, so here is a little journal. Let me clean up and then we'll get the elastic in. So here we are. Like, my whole idea is just to, right? I don't even know. I feel like I should just say, scrap the elastic. I don't know. I don't know. Or have it through the... I'm just going to say scrap it, because I don't want to think about it. Honestly, I don't want to think about it. It's too much brain power for me right now. And he doesn't need it. If anything, I think I would put it through the loop here, because I think that would be easiest. Come here. Go through the loop. Right? Go through the loop. And then tie a knot. Right? Tie a knot. Let's scooch it this way. We're going to scooch it this way. And tie a knot here. Tie a knot here. And that way, if he doesn't like it, he can take it off. So this is the manly version of a ribbon, right? I don't have a football charm. I'm telling you, I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. So we're gonna, and then if he doesn't like it, he can just take it off. Yeah, he's being very quiet now. And then when he wants to open it, he can just do that. And then when he wants it closed, he can just do that. That way it's not flip-flopping all over the place. There. There we go. A quilted kind of Steelers jersey. Journal. It's a journal. With a bunch of just blank pages, a thrown on elastic closure because I couldn't think of how to do it any other way without bringing out my sewing machine, and I didn't want to have to do that. If I wanted to, I could have stitched elastic here, stitched elastic here. I didn't want to have to bring out my sewing machine again, even though it's literally sitting right next to me. Like, see, over here. It's right there. It's right there. And it's even still plugged in over here. Right over there. But I didn't want to. Don't judge me on that, okay? Don't judge me on that, and don't comment down below on how I could have quilted better, because I'm not a quilter, and I don't want to. It's my boyfriend's journal. He'll live with it quilted like this, and he'll appreciate it because it's a Steelers journal, and he'll be very happy with it like this. And he'll love me for making it and it looking like this. And if he doesn't, oh well. Okay. Oh well. Thanks for watching today. Comment down below. Tell me, what's your favorite football team? Who do you root for? Because I'm going to tell you this much. I don't root for the Steelers. Don't tell. Okay? Don't tell him. Okay? Don't tell him I don't root for the Steelers. Also, I live in Pennsylvania. I sure as hell don't root for the Eagles. Don't tell. Don't tell my family I don't root for the Eagles. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for not telling. Like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me today. You guys have a great day.